Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today the first thing that we are doing is cleaning out the refrigerator because I really don't know what to make for lunch today. I knew I had some bread dough that's from our potato bread. So I decided to use some of my bread dough to make some pepperoni rolls or stromboli. It's pretty much basically the same thing. So we took out some of my bread dough, and this is potato bread dough, which of course I will share with you in the description box below. I make this all the time. So it's an old-fashioned recipe and it's to make potato bread, but I use it to make pizza and everything. And we are going to make these pepperoni rolls. Now this is something that I have not made since our children are all married, and that's been many years ago. I've been an empty nester now many years, and it's something that we used to make all the time and I simply just forgot. So what we're doing is we're just going to roll it out, and then we're going to add some things that I found in the refrigerator to clean out the refrigerator and then to use things up. This is my homemade pizza sauce. Now this is very thin, so it's a little bit of a thinner sauce, but we love it this way. And I always add some tomato paste if I want to make it thicker. I'm really busy today. I'm busy every day it seems, and I want to get the meals done really quickly. I don't like spending a lot of time in the kitchen. I know a lot of my videos are cooking and dehydrating and canning and all of that, and I spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I used to anyway. I don't really care to do that these days. I'd rather be outside. I'd rather do all kinds of other things. But we do like to eat, and I do have to eat. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the pepperoni stromboli or pepperoni rolls. Yes, I still have some of this shredded cheese from when we went to Walmart, and it's almost all now, but we're using this up, and I'm taking everything out of the refrigerator and using it. Now these pepperonis, you won't believe this. I had these frozen for a year in our freezer, and they taste amazing. They don't taste like freezer burnt or anything. So we're going to add the pepperonis to it, and then we're going to roll it up, and we're going to let it rise to its double. To give it more of a crispier crust, I'm just going to whip up a little bit of an egg here. I use the egg whites and the egg yolk all in one, and we're just going to put it over the top. This will keep the dough from drying out while it is rising. Sometimes dough can get a hard crust on it when it's rising, but this will give it a nice moisture for it to rise, and it also will give it a nice crispy crust when it's done. It was such a simple but frugal meal, and if there's only 2 people, this is a great way that you can create a meal for a family or for just 2 people, and you can freeze it. So we made 2 here. If we didn't have them all consumed in the next 2 days, we would have froze one of them. Strombolis are really expensive if you go to a restaurant, and they're also really expensive if you get them already made at the grocery store. And they're so super duper easy to make. Even if you have a bread machine, it can even make it even quicker. So now we're going to cut it up, and we're going to see what it looks like. You want to make sure that you have it brown toasted on the top because you want the inside to be nice and fluffy, and you don't want it to be doughy on the inside. And it was perfect. I cannot wait to make this with some ham and some cheese. I think that would be really good. You will notice by now that we do eat lots of salad. We love salad, and we eat that probably 3 times a week. So a salad and stromboli, that's what we had for lunch. And now I'm going to get on to the rest of the day. When our children were at home, we always sat up at the table. But somehow, after being an empty nesters for so many years, we kind of forgot about the art of sitting at the table. So we try to sit at the table more often, and it's a very nice change of atmosphere to just be able to sit down at the table and eat our meal instead of eating it at the computer or something like that. So my husband and I both do a lot of office work on the computer in the daytime, and sometimes we just are rushing through our meals. But it's really nice to just sit and take a moment and relax. there's not a whole lot of excitement on these spring days. We have rain, and then it's warm, then we have a little bit of snow, and we do it over and over again. As I am editing this, we have a very rainy, heavy rainy day, and it's quite damp. But I'm making an area here, and this is where I put all of my seedlings. You'll see this in a moment. There's a bucket where my legs are. So I put out 5-gallon buckets, and then I put a piece of board over top of it. And that's what's going to make me another area where I can have all of my seeds. Now this is only until April, and then those seeds can go out in the greenhouse. Even with having a greenhouse, it's just way too cold to have seeds in it. So it's a little bit of something that I do every year now. I've done it for 13 years. Put these boards out and get started on the planting of 2024. I'm really blessed in this very old mobile home, 1963, that we have the double window, and that faces the south, so I do get a lot of the sun. And eventually we want to replace those windows with a big bay window, but until now, this is how I make things work. People love seeing my grapefruit tree and my lemon trees. They were produced with seeds from the grocery store.